Today we're going to be rating AI-generated Magic the Gathering cards. Oh, thanks so much to Robo's Water Masters from Twitter. Alright, the first card is going to be Bixing Cospic Wrist. Blue, 3 generic, instant. It's got cycling, so, you know, if it's useless in your hand, just cycle it away. Bixing Cospic Wrist deals 10 damage, to target creature. Oh, but then you get to create a token that's a copy of target creature. Is this like teleport? You know, it seems so much like the teleporting theory, where you're not actually teleporting someone. You actually destroy the human being that you're teleporting. You just make a copy of that human being. That's the way I'm interpreting the Bixing Cospic Wrist. You blast this thing to death, and then you make a copy of your own thing. That is a really original type of removal, I have to say. That is incredibly original. So I think we can... It's 5 mana, which means, like, that's not too hard to get to. You can kill a lot of things and make a copy of it. But it's so original, the idea of killing a creature and then you get a copy of the exact same creature. Anyway, I'm going to approve this one. I'm going to approve the Bixing Cospic Wrist. Oh, we got Pedgeman that says, shouldn't you make the copy before blasting? Meh, it wouldn't leave the battlefield before the effect resolves, so it shouldn't matter, I guess. Exactly. Print, fresh off the presses. What the hell is this? Desert bus, a mountain. Alright then. Are mountains considered? No, like, lands have their own desert. Okay, anyway, illuminate the, Resalist. Alright, sure. Red, 1 generic for a Garrick Soldier. Oh my god, it's Garrick! There he is! 5 loyalty. +1, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. What, for 4 mana? And this is a plus ability. What is this, the next Oko? -3, return target creature to its owner's hand. These are really bizarre abilities. And then -8, destroy all non-black creatures. Blow everything. It's just an actual ultimate to this. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. And you could do this repeatedly every single turn. Major color break in mono blue though. Oh, even the last one. 4 mana with reanimate on +1. Busted and a half. Shred it. How about you reanimator players? Is this something you've been waiting for your entire life? It's hard to play. I mean, it's a red card, so you'd have to be really far in red. Forget your dark rituals. You can't play it with this card. I need that for my Super Friends deck. Super broken. This is all over the color pie. It's Garrick, so it should have been green. I know. It danger! That's right, it danger. Because of danger, we're not printing this thing. This is a bit ridiculous. +1 to reanimate whatever you want every turn. It's pretty disgusting. And it's in the Faithless Looting colors, so easy way to abuse the damn thing. Glassnet Elemental. Green 1 generic for a 2/3 beast. This looks like something you buy for someone for Christmas. Okay, Reach, Vigilance, and Wrapper. Oh, I think this is the return of Wrapper. This is a mechanic that's been around before. AI AI doesn't care about your color pie. Hey, truth be told, you know, if it looked through every single card in Magic the Gathering history, the color pie contradicts itself constantly. Both in the earlier days of Magic and then, like, during the color-shifted days of Magic. Doesn't understand what color pie is. You'd have to neglect those sets. Is Wrapper a very posh British rapper? I'm a rapper. It's a Hank Hill saying rapper. I tell you what, I sell propane and propane accessories, and I don't listen to those rappers. Must be another one of the Post Malone cards. Anyway, I don't know anything about. I don't know what. Okay, hold on. Is Reach and Vigilance good enough? I mean, I guess. I don't know if Rapper is like broken though, so we'll let this one slide. Snow-covered swamp with a desert bus here. Okay then. Okay, blessed stab. Well, that's the last thing I'm thinking about. If I get stabbed, I'm not really thinking about being blessed in that situation. Okay, blue-red for a 3/3 zombie horror. It's got bidding. Whatever that is. Blessed stab can't attack unless an opponent has more life than you. That is a neat mechanic. But what is bidding? Blessed stab can't attack unless an opponent has more life than you. But you know, it's interesting in Commander, that would be very often like somebody's gonna have more life than you, probably. So long as one person has more life than you, then you can attack someone who has less life than you. The bus is on tour. Not a jumble of numbers. To the comments saying that this looks like Cerno, this is what happens when you use an AI art model trained on anime. Are you talking about like the, on the Glassnat Elemental? I have no idea who Cerno is. Or Kerno. Oops. Back to the blessed stab. Ignoring the bidding part feels like some early Magic card. Weird mechanical upside for better stats. It unlocks some, you know, potential. Well, it'd be weird though, because let's say it's a one-on-one game. You attack your opponent, they have less life than you. Now you can't attack with this creature anymore. And then your opponent has to think, do I want to deal any damage to my opponent? Because all of a sudden the blessed stab will come after me afterwards. Bidding lets pay life to win an advantage. The player that offers the highest amount of life wins the advantage. Bidding is not covered in the comprehensive rules. I have no idea what bidding is, though. Still, let's pay life. Bidding lets pay life to win an advantage. What does winning in the advantage mean? The player that offers the highest amount of life wins the advantage. I saw the new Biden Athas art. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, well, anyway, okay, what are we gonna do? I think we're gonna let this... I don't see how bidding is broken. So I actually think the blessed stab can bless our hearts. We're gonna let it slide. Okay, another desert bus. Desert buses everywhere. Reed Moss Mists. A land. I love lands. Choose a non-land card name. Gets more colorless. Whoa, 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 whoa. Let me reread that. Choose a non-land card name gets more colorless. Okay. It doesn't make sense. Just had to make sure. Pay 3, tap. Sacrifice Reed Moss Mists. Destroy each non-land permanent with the same name as a card in your graveyard. Oh, very interesting. Very narrow! Insanely narrow. Destroy each non-land permanent with the same name. So you have to choose. Okay, so you have to choose a non-land. So you can't be like a land card, and you get to blow up everything with the same name as it. Right. So like I let something go to the I don't know what to go to the graveyard. Soul Ring. Then we blow up all the Soul Rings. It makes things more colorless. It's depression. The card. There's no color in this world. Last part is good. Is it? I don't know. And they balanced it quite well, because that's like I can't like put a swamp in my graveyard or each basic land type in my graveyard and then like blow up all those lands. Destroy each non-land permanent with the same name as a card in your graveyard. Doesn't say target card in your graveyard. Applies to all. Oh, really? Destroy each with the same name. Oh, you're right. That is a very... Okay, well... Fireburn says, shred, it's nonsense. I'm actually inclined to keep this guy around. I think it's a very interesting card. And how many permanents are going to be in your graveyard anyway? Take away the first part and ship it. Yeah, that part doesn't make any sense. Okay, it's Sambo says let's go print this thing. You guys feel coffee crew. Are we printing or shredding the reed moss mists? That's reed mossing all the mists in your graveyard. First line does nothing. Ability is pretty fairly costed. Ship it. It doesn't even. Oh yeah, it doesn't even make mana. Honestly, I wish they brought that back. I don't know who else is on boat with me. I loved the lands that they don't add mana, but they have some sort of ability, and so that's like the cost to wanting to play one of those lands. If you want that awesome ability on that land, it's gonna suck up one of your land drops. I really wish they brought stuff like that back. I know it's like not flavorful to the land anymore, but who cares? You know? Who cares? I want it back. All right, let's print this thing. I like it. I just think it's neat. I think it's neat. And it probably most of the time it probably just does nothing. Okay, we got a 1-mana creature called the Goliartius. Sorry, Goliartius Mauler. Okay, sure. The Mauler! We'll just call it the Mauler. A 1-mana 2/5 plant. Sacrifice Goliarius Mauler. Destroy 2 target facts. What? Maybe they thought like there was like artifacts are to. There's not many like different types of facts in this gun. Yeah, facts be gone. Facts have no power here. Feelings only. Did you say Goliarius like hilarious? Something like that. I mean, you could pronounce it Gulgarius, I guess. You know, when it's spelled this way out, I always consider it to be something like, you know, the J has more of like a Y sound to it. The card destroys the facts of reality. It danger. Destroy. Oh, maybe. There we go. Destroys fact or fiction. Are there a lot of cards in the game called fact? Here, fact. How many cards are fact in this game? Oh, we have quite a. Oh no, it's just looking up every single artifact. Artifact this, artifact that. Whatever's. And then Black Lance is just like, just shred it. Just shred it. Let's move on. Like, hey, did we forget that it's a 1-mana 2/5 creature that happens to be a plant? I mean, that's pretty good by itself. I mean, that just absolutely stone blocks everything else at 1 mana. No facts, only... Oh, there. I like that. No facts, only fiction. Facts or fiction? It's a conspiracy. I have lost. Sacrifice Mauler to not accept that fact. That's right. No fact anymore. All right, we're yeah, this is a bit of a stupid card, so it's to sacrifice it, and you can destroy 2 of them. 2 facts. 2 fact for the price of 1 Mauler. Anyway, okay, snow-covered island. There's the desert bus again. Oh, we have a 2-mana planeswalker coming to compete with what's it called? Ren and 6. The Brighted Hawk. So we have black blue for a 4 loyalty ooze legendary. Okay, like the ooze the planeswalker. The name of the planeswalker is ooze, but it's a hawk. +1, target player draws 2 cards. Good effing god. This is the most powerful card draw spell on the face of the earth. For 2 mana! And it's a plus ability. -2, put 2 +1/+1 counters on up to 1 target creature. I don't think the AI understands the power level between these 2 abilities. I mean, the counters could be +1. At least the card draw should be -1. This thing starts at 4 loyalty. It's going to end at 5 just like Oko. And then we've got an ultimate. I can't even imagine what this ultimate is. -9. Any number of creatures target player controls gets +2/+2 and gains tap. This creature deals 7 damage to any target. Holy mother of God. I love that, you know, it gives them +2/+2 just for no arbitrary reason. Just buffing itself up. Just puffing themselves up, and then tab deals 7 damage to any target. Yeah, totally balanced. Print it. The ultimate is broken. All of this is broken. All right, before we judge this card, though, I'm gonna do something we all love more than we love looking at Magic the Gathering cards. We love looking at sponsors like FusionGamingOnline.com. What's coming out? Brothers War is coming out. You want to get all your Brothers War cards? You know, those sweet new releases. A lot of cards for Commander and Modern coming out in the Brothers War. You can pre-order at FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget to use coupon code Nikachu, though, for 5% off everything that you purchase at checkout, and it supports the channel. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. For some people, you can't dedicate yourself to a deck. You gotta play everything. You gotta play something new every week. You like something fresh, original, creative. You gotta shake it up, and for that, Mana Traders is perfect because you play as many decks as you want. You pay one monthly subscription price, and you play whatever. One day you play Burn, next day you play Blue-White Control, the other day you're playing Artifact Prison. It's possible with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or you save 10% off your first 2 months if you use coupon code Nikachu_RUE. And now back to these wild Robo Rosewater cards. Oh god, this card. This is the top 10 of the most broken nonsense I've seen in here. Oh, Wing of Shu, thank you so much for the super chat. Keep it, it's too much fun. Oh, you want to keep the Brighted Hawk? Send it to the grinder. I can't wait for this Cars too. What? I don't understand. Honestly, it seems like a late game card. No, it's also an early game card. For 2 mana, on turn 1. Maybe on turn 2, maybe turn 1, if you've got something like Gemstone Caverns. +1, draw 2 cards. Draw 2 cards. And what the hell does the +1/+1 counters have to do with it? Outside of it's an ooze, apparently. Apparently this is an ooze. It's an ooze! Is what happens when you put Oko into a blender. That's right, maybe this is Oko. This is the it's not Blighted, it's the Brighted Hawk. It's nice and bright. Print it and ban it. Yeah, so, like, buff up the value of those sets for a little while. Imagine this was printed in Standard. Would you ban this in Vintage or just restrict it? I don't know how Vintage would feel about it, but anyway. So we can get the Super Buzzer. This is the absolute dumbest, one of the dumbest creations I've seen. I've been doing these AI generated cards for a while now. It was above and beyond crazy. We got a nice desert bus island here. That bus gets around. Okay, corrupt on stone. Not corrupted, just corrupt on stone. Green, 1 generic for an enchantment. Activated ability. Green. Target permanent or planeswalker you don't control gets +1/+2 until end of turn, just in case we need to buff up that Jace planeswalker of our opponents. Or that Chandra. Very political card, just to buff up those planeswalkers. What it would do, I have no idea. I guess if you give it a power and toughness, does that help defend itself from its loyalty? And then anything that spills over hits the loyalty? 1 white, 1 generic. Corrupt on stone becomes a 2/2 creature that's still land. Not bad. And red, 1 generic. Corrupt on stone gets +2/-1 until end of turn. If you control a human, destroy 2 planes. Holy moly! Okay, so, but those 2 abilities take a while. Or I'm not sure. Can we activate the 3rd one, completely ignoring the 2nd one? As I understand this, you turn it into a 2/2 creature, then you can make it a 4/1 because you give it +2/-1. And then you blow up 2 planes while you're at it. It's not a land in the first place. No, it's not a land. It's an enchantment. This is just bad. Print it. Still land? Oh, yeah. Corrupt on stone becomes a 2/2 creature That's still a land. It's not even a land, though. I completely missed that part. Ponza loves this. Oh, yeah, I guess you could get this out on turn 2. Does it love it? I don't know. Target permanent or planeswalker you don't control gets +1. The first ability is almost completely useless. An enchantment turned creature that is still land. That is still land. That's right. Buff a creature so you can remove it. Can you? No, I think Corrupt on Stone gets +2, -1 until end of turn. So it's the only thing that you could, in theory, destroy is itself. I think this is just a weird, dumb card. So it's not gonna pass the test to me. I like the image. Print it. All right. Well, you can take a picture of the image if you want. You can screenshot it. All right, the Salvaging Border Hacker. A white 2 generic 1/2 dwarf monk. I like the image for this. I think it matches the dwarf monkish. Okay, other elves you control get +1/+1. Okay then. You have betrayed the dwarves, Salvaging Border Hacker. Non-black creatures get +2/+1. It didn't even say the ones you control. So it's just non-black creatures in general. Non-black, including your opponent's creatures. Like, everything is going to get buffed up by big time. This is crazy. A green, and then, sorry, for a red 1 generic, you can sacrifice Salvaging Border Hacker. Target green creature gets -3/-0 until end of turn. So, whoa, this is a very, very interesting card in that it's a huge lord for almost everything. It's an extra lord for elves, and then if you can sacrifice it, and then it will remove all those lord effects. Looks kind of like me, to be honest. There we go. You're the Salvaging Border Hacker. Art seems very 90s. So it buffs elves, then also kills elves. Sounds like a dwarf to me. A bit racist, sorry. So we should have this in Dominaria United Standard. Good for count. Good counter for Shield Red. He's all over the place because he's the Border Hacker. Salvaging Border Hacker is traitorous. Golgari hate. All right, what do we think, everyone? We printing this thing or what? It's not very big by himself. Non-black. It's not even... Oh, no, but it will... No, actually, he gets buffed up by himself because he's non-black. Non-black creatures get +2/+1, so he ends up being a 3/3. This guy was an extra in Fear and Loathing, wasn't he? Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Yeah, heck that. Heck that border. Heck it. Alright, well, okay. Shred because jank. Very weird thing. Salvaging Border Hacker. And another snow-covered plains. We got the desert bus, I think. That actually looks like a real bus in the middle of a snow desert. Okay, Iskanal Pindoi. Okay, 2 mana artifact. Pay 5, tap. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell from your graveyard without paying its mana cost if it targets a permanent an opponent controls. Well, why wouldn't I want to target a permanent my opponent controls? Wait, is this like Infinite Snapcaster Mage? It's basically Infinite Snapcaster Mage. It will be there for eternity if you spend 2 mana. And you can do this at instant speed, too. You think this is actually fair? I think this card is broken. I think it's really broken. 2 mana. It's on the battlefield. Do you exile the card for your graveyard? You don't even exile the card from your graveyard. You could play your Lightning Bolt to eternity. You could play as many things as you want from the graveyard as possible. If it targets a permanent... Oh, but it has to be a permanent. So you can't Lightning Bolt their face. So you can only, like, destroy creatures for eternity. I think it's very busted still. Like, you could still have, like, the best removal spell in the graveyard and keep recurring it over and over again. Recurring stone... There you go. What else could you recur? You could recur the Stone Rains. Cost 5 mana a turn. Well, if you have a lock on the board, you probably don't care at that point. You probably don't care. You can only cast spells that target a permanent of your opponent. Yeah, but there's a lot of it. It's really strong. You can blow up every opponent, every opponent's permanent. Oh, the Vindicate. That's the main combo with this card. You vindicate anything. Take away their lands, their artifacts, enchantments, the creatures. 5 mana destroy creature, that's correct. But repeatedly, and at instant speed, by the way. You could pass the turn, and then just constantly do this at end of turn. Yeah, it can target Cryptic Command, that's true. It's actually pretty good with Casualties of War, says Beanpot. Printed in Brothers War. It is like an emblem. It is not till the end of your turn. It dies so much, could die before you get anything. I mean, that's possible, but you could play it on turn 4 as like 1/2 drop, and you play another 2 drop on top of that. Okay, you guys seem split on this. You want to print it or shred it? I think it's busted. I think this card is like an unfun busted card. You know, you play against this thing once and you're going to feel the pain. I mean, like, it won't kill you immediately, but it's really not fun to play against. I guess you know, probably in Commander it's not that broken, but in one-on-one, I think it's pretty broken. Print since it's busted. I like how you think. Burning paper, son. Print, shred, ship. Print, come on, print it. Don't be scared, print it. Since it's not until end of turn, I just bank big spells, of course. Print and restrict. Wait, Swords to Plowshares. That's right, you could do Swords to Plowshares as well. Print for Commander. Oh god, you guys. You want to print the Eskeno Pindoi? What is even going on in this image? I don't know. I want to say there's like a birthday party happening, but I can't tell. There's nobody there, and I can't tell what's going on. Another desert bus. All right, we got Soldevi. Sorry, Soldevi, the Calderary Charm, except it's a land. Soldevi, the Calderary Charm, enters the battlefield tapped unless you discard a creature card, and you can add a black or a green. This card sucks. This card's, or wait a minute, or is this a Reanimator card? Wait a minute, maybe this card's busted. This card might be completely broken. You could literally go Soldelvi, the Calderary Charm, and then discard Grizzlebrand, and then reanimate it. Just reanimate it right on the spot. I just went from like, this card is useless, this card is completely broken. Yeah, completely broken. Ban it! Ban it before it even get. We're not even going for shred. We're just banning it before it even can get shredded. Ban it, then shred it, or shred it, then ban it. Discard dredge. Yeah, you could discard dredge cards. Just put a land in play, discard the dredge card, and immediately start looting. Can you loot with black or green? Is there any way to draw cards with either of them? Black can draw cards. Actually, so can green can draw cards as well. Infinity's like, print it. Are you nuts? The art is kind of cool. Really, I don't really see much in the art here. Not impressed. Soldevi into Golgari Grave Troll. If it was Exile, it would be trash. Yeah, so like, but it's Graveyard, so it's busted. It's broken. All those Graveyard decks are always looking for some way of getting into the Graveyard. I can see Wizards approving it. I don't actually. Now that we know what this card, the potential of this thing, this is completely garbage. Green likes searching for lands. Print it, unban Hogak Prophet. Shred it, then ban the confettis. I like the idea. We're gonna shred it, and we're gonna ban all the confetti it makes. Alright, Machine. A green, 1 generic. Legendary artifact. For 3 mana, we can target. Yeah, okay there. That's it. You guys want to print this card or what? Yeah, target. Busted. Is it busted? In danger. Everyone's like it's busted. 3 mana to target something. All right, I'm targeting that. Yo, free trip target. Well, how do we interpret this? Are we like reassigning targets to something else? Like, I don't know what the hell this means. It broken. It can target anything. All of a sudden, you can target whatever you want. It's just an ad for Target. What do we got here? Target store. Yeah, it's an ad for this Target. What do you guys think? Is like Target a more posh Walmart? It's like a more fancy Walmart. They got some carpet in that Target. Unlike Walmart. Feels like a cheap Costco. That's what it feels like to me. Infinite targeting with infinite mana. That's correct. That's what you could do with this card. I love how so much engagement happens because of Machine, just because it can target. And it's legendary, so it's fair. Kills illusions. Oh, yeah, that's right. It does. It can also break the shield on Kira, Great Glass Spinner. What else could this card do? You target, it does nothing else. Hexproof. If this is a try for some kind of spell skite, it's busted. I'm gonna target my creature before you can push it. Yeah. Just want to target it. Say goodbye. Works for heroic. There's gotta be some stuff, like if it gets targeted, you know, yeah, you, like, Oh, wait, so I guess it does something? What does the heroic thing do? What is something with heroic? I don't know if we're gonna find anything. Does anyone know a single... Ugh, I don't know a single card with heroic. It wouldn't work for heroic? It needs to be targeted by a spell? No, heroic is spells only? Okay, no abilities. Abilities no count. Okay, well, are we printing this or what? I mean, it doesn't break the game or anything. So I think we could print it. It does absolutely nothing, really. Or it does something. It does some things. Very few. Print for the laughs. Beanpot says shred, though. Print, shred. Retracted because realized. Realized what? It's fun, print it. Alright, we'll just let the brewers figure it out. Print it and let the brewers, you know, try to break that card. Okay, Cry of the Dam. Oh, that's a great name, if that's never been used before. A white 1 generic sorcery. Choose one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abilities. Okay. So target player shuffles up to 2 target cards from their graveyard into their library. That is a great ability. Target player loses 2 life. Not really a white thing to do, but okay. You gain 6 life. That's good. And actually, those abilities usually are crap, but it's way better that if it's attached to some sort of command. This is like Cry of the Command. Then we have create X 1/1 white human spirit creature tokens with flying, where X is a planeswalker. Makes no sense to me. I don't know, the number of planeswalkers, the number of loyalty on your planeswalkers, the converted mana cost on the planeswalker, where X is a planeswalker. X will probably just be 1. I have 1 planeswalker. Anyway, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. Oh, so it could be used, could be used in combat. You know, win a trade here. It's almost like removal. David Willard, thank you so much for the generous super chat. You're awesome. Keep it up. This card is also overpowered. It is quite good for 2 mana. I actually don't know if it's broken, though. Oh, it's a sorcery, so you can't... It would be... My opponent would have to be very stupid to forget about the +1/+1 counter that I put on my creature. So it's going to be very fair. X is going to give it to you. Yeah, sorcery speed. That's right. Okay, sorcery speed. Which actually also makes the first part really useless. Target player shuffles up to 2 target cards from their graveyard into their library, so it's really hard to interact with graveyard decks. Really hard to interact. I mean, you could see the target, and if your opponent doesn't go for it immediately, you get to, like, you know, get rid of those targets. But then they could just wait for enough mana to put the targets in the graveyard, then reanimate it. Disregard the 4th ability, then print. I think we can print this thing. I create Karn's 1/1 human spirit tokens. Bonkers. X for Planeswalker health. Only works with Ren and creates 6 tokens and 7 and so on. It works if the Planeswalker has a number in its name, is what PM is getting at. I create Karn's 1/1 human spirit tokens. Bonkers. Why is even everyone says bonkers? Oh no, I'm just repeating your same thing. Do you add something to your coffee? Yes, just a little bit of milk. I have it black with a little bit of milk. Which then some people correct me, well, it's not black anymore. Whatever. No sugar. Is it, you know, that's the only thing. Planeswalkers don't have health, they have loyalty. And when the loyalty is gone, their health is gone. Alright, we'll print this thing. It's actually, no, I think it's actually more or less a bad card, given its sorcery speed. All the abilities suck at sorcery speed. Including target opponent losing 2 life. Alright, we got the Serrated Ward. A green 1 for a 1/1 rat. Alright, for the rat people out there. This is a very mutant-looking rat. I see 2 faces in that art. Very creepy. And the skull of a rat over here. It's got trample, though, so don't underestimate the 1/1 trampler. When this creature mutates, each other artifact you control becomes a 4/4 spirit artifact creature with flying. Activate this ability only once each turn. Alright, I won't get too crazy here. So you can mutate this creature, right? We can mutate onto the Serrated Ward. And then we could keep, so it, like, we would have, I guess, the power and toughness of the creature on the bottom. I can't remember how mutate works. And then we get the trampling ability of the rat. It's kind of interesting. Mutate pile will have trample, exactly. So we get to have the abilities of the rat if we need trample. And we'll hopefully have a big, beefy, buff mutate creature. But the bonus is all our artifacts become 4/4 spirit artifact creatures with flying, if you can make that work. It always mutates. Look at that skull. I know, it's really bizarre. Broken, but you have to play bad cards. That's right. Print. Poggers. That's a horrific rat. It has a skull for a butt, and it's busted. So all artifact. Oh, that's, hold on. Each other artifact you control. No, only you control. So not everybody's artifacts. So we're playing artifacts, mutate, and 1/1s for 2 sounds sus. Oh yeah, I don't know what the cheapest mutate is. You know, just play, yeah. So, but you're play with a bunch of soul rings, mana crypts, mana vaults. They all become 4/4 creatures. I honestly don't know if that's good in Commander, but turn all your artifacts into 4/4 creatures. You gotta play these terrible mutate cards. You gotta play with the terrible Serrated Ward. Anyway, we're gonna print it. Let the chaos begin. Alright, we got Rot Scorpion. Legacid Castos Shop. Alright. Okay. We're gonna call it the Casta Shop. Green, red, black, and X. It is a 7/1 elephant. That elephant doesn't have a lot of toughness. I would figure the elephant would have a lot more toughness. The tusks aren't protecting it very well. But it's got heroic! There's our heroic spell. Whenever you cast a spell that targets Rot Scorpion, like I said, Casta Shop, each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with mana value X or more. But what is X? Oh, I guess X is whatever the whatever you paid for this thing. So you just remember what X was. So if I pay X of 10, whenever you cast a spell that targets Rot Scorpion, each opponent exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with mana value X or more. So if you can like put this thing to 20, nobody will have a card in their deck. And you can, and then you just target the Rot Scorpion and you just mill them out. Doesn't work. X is 0 while it's a permanent. You think that's how it's going to work? Exiles cards on the top of their library until they exit. I think that's how they wanted to design it. Actually, who knows how AI tried to design this card. This card could actually be a win condition. Generate infinite mana, then cast it, and it's GG. But you still have to target it. That's the trick. You have to play with cards that will target your Rot Scorpion. I love how it's called Rot Scorpion, but it's an elephant. And it's bigger than the volcano. Even if it worked, it would be bad. I think it would work really well. As per AI house rules, it just works. Yeah. That's what I meant it to do, so that's just how it's going to be. It danger, I love it. I love how everyone knows what it danger means. Hey, oh yeah, you could use a removal spell technically on it. Just fatal push or bolt it. I'm gonna bolt my Rot Scorpion. Technically gonna kill it. Would you prefer saying this card or no? I'd prefer Asmarana, Martika Dasna, Kuldakar any day. Rot Scorpion, Legacid, Catashop. I don't know. I guess I'd get used to it over a while. So we take the card from earlier that targets? Correct! Use the other AI card and pay 3 to target it. I know, this deck is building itself, isn't it? If X is 0, do opponent have non-land for 0? Hold on, how does it work? Each opponent exiles cards on the top of their library until they exile a non-land card with mana value X or more. It's just X or more. So basically, you can still exile cards, even if X is 0. It'll just hit all the lands. But the moment they hit any spell, even if it's a 0 card, it's fine. Okay, are we printing? I think we can print this thing. I mean, it's pretty clear what it does. I think, yeah, X or more, though. Yeah, so it can be, like, let's say X was 3, and you flip over a card that says 5, then that's totally fine. So what X needs to be is more than the mana value of the cards that we're flipping over. I think X is supposed to be remembered. Sparky animations, all right. We're gonna print it. Forget what everyone says. I just need one person. Okay, Blessed Fate. There's no way there's never been a card called Blessed Fate before. White, 1 generic sorcery, exile target artifact or enchantment. If 2 or more cards are tied for greatest power, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. What in tarnation are you getting at here? Exile target art. Who said anything about power and toughness? What is going on here? This moved too fast. So we're exiling artifacts and enchantments, but if 2 or more cards are tied for greatest power, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. But it's probably already on the battlefield. It didn't go anywhere. This card is amazing. Hola. Strictly better deicide? I don't know. It is at least like a white. It's like a disenchant that exiles. This is pretty good. Vehicles count? I guess. You gain control of it though? Hold on. Put that card on the battlefield under your control. Oh, so if 2 or more cards are tied for greatest power, put that card. Well, which card? The one that I don't control? So basically, I gain control of a card that has greatest power. Yeah, only if it's tied. So if I have a 10 power creature, you got a 10 power creature. We're tied, but now I get to put your card on the battlefield under my control now. I can't believe there isn't a magic card with that name. I know, Blessed Fate is, it sounds like a magic card. There you go, R&D. You can steal it from AI. Gain control of the target. No, I guess so. That's the only, yeah, I guess you can gain control of the target. I think that card is the artifact or enchantment you just exiled, though. Is it? Exile target artifact or enchantment? If 2 or more cards are tied for the greatest power. No, it's like, I'm doing one thing over here with Blessed Fate, but then something else is going on somewhere else. It has nothing to do with the same thing. That card is the one you exile? Exile target artifact or enchantment. If 2 or more cards are tied for greatest power. That's not how I'm interpreting this. Print it, then we'll see. Blow up the artifact, then steal their creature. Yes, that's... And for 2 mana. I could take your dark steel. Oh yeah, you could. That's right. It's you know, the lands could be tied for greatest power. It's sorcery speed, so it's balanced. No, this is just broken. It's a god killer. You want to see a god getting killed? This looks like a white yoint. What is this? Oh, I missed the comment. Broken no matter the way you read it. Still target, so just hexproof. You need to play this as a response to a spell that does compare cards. Which is impossible because it's sorcery. Because it says 2 cards greatest power gain control of that card, it means it's not talking about the creatures because there are 2 and it says 1. You put the exiled card on the battlefield under your control. Imagine replacing the power stuff by if you have less HP or you control less artifacts. I sometimes wish, how do judges interpret these cards? Exile target artifact or enchantment. If 2 or more cards are tied for greatest power, put that card onto the battlefield under your control. Okay, so if we exile an artifact creature, if it's tied for greatest power, we get them to replay it as a creature. All right, I like that. What a messed up way to template a card, though. Man, that is so hard. So we can exile artifacts and enchantments, but if it's a creature and it's tied for greatest power, we get to keep it. We get to play it. All right, how do we like this card? Steal their creature. And it's our thing. Richie dubs. Exile the artifact or enchantment. Then if you only have 2 1/1s, you can put the artifact or enchantment into play. It's one way of interpreting it. Just shred it. Ship! Doesn't need to be a critter. No. Shred, shred, shred. All right. To the gallows with this card. Blessed Fate. You've met your fate. All right, we got Justice Voice. A green, black, white 2/1 zombie. Whenever another creature you control dies, draw a card. That is pretty good, and it's really good in the zombie colors. Death is only a few seconds away, and it's a legendary creature. I'm sure a lot of Commander players would love this card. Underpowered, were you crazy? Print and give judges nightmares. Justice's Voice. I'm gonna do justice with the zombies. I sentence you to death. And then you're gonna come work here. Fair, I like it. Worst lawyer ever. Doesn't even need to be non-token. Whenever another creature you control dies. Yeah, so you can like... So if something dies, creates tokens, you can sacrifice those and draw cards. Cool zombie lawyer. Is that a lawyer or a judge? I guess it's a lawyer, because there's people in behind. The judge, there's no one behind. The judge is the judge. Anyone watch Judge Judy when they were younger? I remember coming home from school, and one of the first things... I think I watched... I think it was Maury. I don't know what channel this was, but basically the first things that were on TV when I came home from school were like Judge Judy and Maury or something like that. So in my youth, I saw a lot of that stuff. Judge Judy just yelled at everyone, and she knew from the... She knew, like, who the hell was guilty or who was in the wrong immediately, and just gave them the business every single time. Dick says, I still watch Judge Judy. Oh no, it's Judy. Yeah, when Judy dies, when her time comes, she's going to end up being Justice's Voice. Print it just for the salt it will produce. Thanks so much for the super chat, Wing of Shoe. Ship so I can make it my own commander. Actually, to be fair, we had Midnight Reaper. This is smaller and harder to play. You have been weighed in the balance and found wanting, so we will get rid of you for another card. Honestly, probably too weak to be a rare? No way. It's giving me uncommon vibes at 2/1. You don't lose life, though. Like, we do have that Undead Augur card, right? I think it's Undead Augur. Undead Augur. But you'll die. It's undead. Did I spell augur wrong? Undead augur. We do have this card. Whenever undead augur or another zombie you control dies, draw a card and you lose 1 life. So it's only zombies, and you also lose 1 life, so at some point it kills you. But this is whenever another creature you control dies. It could be anything. It could be vampires. You could let your vampires die over and over again. Pretty good ability to have in your command zone. Alright, I think it's, you know, I think it's fair. I don't think this is going to break anything. I hope it's fair. They had that clause on Undead Augur just so you don't go infinite. What is this? Love to see folks bringing spiral chaos into the real world. People printing the AI generated cards. Okay, Partic down. 1 red and 1 generic for an instant. Choose 1. Destroy target turn, and target opponent can't deal this turn. Okay. And then Partic down deals 5 damage to that creature, and destroy target blue permanent. Holy moly. Oh, you like that one, Ball? Do you like destroying turns? I'm gonna destroy your turn. Partic down. I guess it's like, you know, it's like sort of a skip turn spell of some sort. That is cheap, though. I mean, it might as well be a time walk. At your upkeep, Partic down. Yeah, I got it. That's right. Red time walk at instant speed. Although your opponent can respond at their upkeep. Ends turn at instant speed. And for 2 mana. Busted. Shred, too confusing. And if it skips a turn, broken at 2 mana. And a blue hate card. Your opponent can't have extra turns. Oh yeah, this is a super anti-blue card. You want... Okay, so it can destroy extra turns. Destroys blue permanents. Also deals 5 damage to creatures. Power 9 level right here. Ouch, anti-time walk. But it doesn't say destroy extra turns. It just says destroy turns, so. Joe says, Nikachu, I've been watching about 50 of your videos and haven't slept yet. Oh, God. I hope you haven't been binge watching the AI generated magic cards, because then you've been up for like, or like the coffee. If you've been here since for Nikachu MTG Live, 50 videos for 1 hour, you've been up for 50 hours. Beanpot is like, change the first ability to only be extra turns and ship it. Pedgeman, Partic down is in the house tonight. Everyone gonna have a good time. We got Poke Eyes. Also, they can't deal in Commander. You can't counter politics. You destroy my turn, I just can't deal. Oh yeah, you can't. Opponent. Oh, I see. You can't make deals. Destroy target turn, and target opponent can't deal this turn. No dealing any. No deals. No be making any deals around here. This feels like an unset. Now an unglued card. One of those unset cards. A fair amount are 2 hours. Alright, this card makes your opponents unable to deal with the stress you are causing. Yeah, you can't deal with it. We can't even deal anymore. Just Isochron Scepter it. Oh god. Yeah, no politics for the counter spells. No politics in EDH for you. But you destroyed the turn, so which turn can't you deal? This card is very millennial phrasing fun. It dealer! Okay, whatever. Are we making this card? I think this is just a stupid card. This is broken as hell. If we're destroying turns, it's just way too powerful for 2 mana. Interesting card, though. Yavimaya Swarm. 6 mana instant. It's really crammed with words. Search target opponent's library for 2 cards. Put the non-token bent card revealed this way on the bottom of their library in any order. Okay, so we found 2 cards. Well, what did we do with the other card? Did we pocket it or something? Put the non-token bent cards revealed this way on the bottom of their library in any order. It's like we're putting the marked cards on the bottom of the library, actually. This is how I'm actually interpreting this. You get to look for 2 cards, and if they're like bent, put the non-token bent cards revealed this way on the bottom of their library. Yeah, oh, anti-foil tech. That's right. Or you damage the cards. Your opponent must have bent cards. Oh, the flavor text? All those years, I watched you gather the beans for your potions. What a fool I was! I could have saved myself from the plague with even an ounce of that. Not that it would have helped my sisters. The beans, you see, can affect one thing and one thing only. Gwenda, the wandering witch. This feels like something Wint would say. This looks like a Wint flavor text. All those years I watched you gather the beans for your potions. What a fool I was! Great flavor text. What does this have to do with bent cards? Yes, finally catching the stream live. Welcome, Isaac. AI generated children's tale. Top-notch flavor. It's Beant. I know. It's like a different word of non-token beant cards. Is this an early Disney Lorcana card? Yeah. The special preview. It's a secret lair. Screw the rich dude at the local GameStar with this. Take all their bent foil cards, put them on the bottom of the deck. Insta banned in Vintage though. So Dick says, interestingly, originally for Time Walk, the playtest card would skip a player's next turn, but it was too confusing, so Rosewater changed it to casting. Player takes an extra turn. Oh yeah, I think I heard that before. That's right. Hold on. The original for Time... Oh, you're talking about Time Walk. No, hold on. Time Walk... Yeah, you're talking about Time Walk. Okay, what are we doing with this card? I think we're just... This is a bit of a stupid card. This doesn't really make any sense. It's not even clear that we are even taking bent cards reveal. And we reveal the cards too. Hold on, you have to reveal. You actually have to reveal the cards that the bent cards you're putting on the bottom. Okay, I'm taking your foil cryptic command and your foil time walk, and we're gonna put it on the bottom of your library. Hold on, actually, hold on. Did you say time walk or time warp? I think you mean time warp. Because Time Walk, I don't think Rosewater wasn't around when Time Walk existed. Or when it first got printed. Alright, the Phyrexian Engine. Pretty cool image. Red, 2 generic for 3/1 human barbarian. Pay a green, Phyrexian Engine gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only if each player has no cards in hand. Oh, no. If each player has... So everybody has to have no cards. That is never getting activated. Ever. It's impossible. Gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Activate only if each player has nothing. So we have to... Yeah, it's super hellbent. Interesting ability, though. I have no idea if that's possible. You basically have to build a deck in such a way... Or you have to have Sire of Sanity, I think, in your deck. Sire of... Or is it Sire of Sanity or Sire of Insanity? Sorry, Sire of Insanity. So at the beginning of each end step, each player discards his or her hand. So basically, you can guarantee everyone's going to have their hand discarded by the time it gets to your turn. And then you just, you draw one card, you play it, and boom, everyone is hellbent. I think that's the only way I can make this card work. Print for niche. Not to confuse with Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Yes, that's right. They're two different things. Hive Mind plus 1 with nothing. There we go! 1 with nothing has a home. 1 with nothing finally has playability. We need more of these super hellbent cards. Could a team or deck built the right way use this admittedly crappy creature? Probably not. This card looks so bad that even if you pull off the super hellbent ability, I think it's completely useless. I love how you guys can like conjure up like a way to actually make it playable. Makes sense for a barbarian, but weird colors for making you opponent discard cards. Totally printable, ship it. Decent. Oh, decent draft card. I wasn't even thinking about that. There's definitely going to be moments where people are hellbent. But the problem is, like, the moment your opponent sees this card, they'll just sandbag one card in their hand. And then you have to make them discard that one card. With some sort of, like, mind rot or something. But then it gets busted after that. Then you can, like, pump this thing up to eternity. It's common enough, to be honest. And it's not a terrible card by itself. 3 mana for a 3/1. Sandbag that basic land. All right, we'll print it. It actually looks printable. Totally printable. Ship it. If anyone breaks it, it's asking to be broken. Like, just try. Try me, bro. Unluck Herd Strike. Blue, blue, 2 generic instant. Target opponent gains control of up to 5 lands you don't control. Choose up to one. Choose up to one. Well, this almost became a card, but this is crazy. This is like this ultimate feel bad card. Blue, blue, 2 generic. Target opponent gains control of up to 5 lands you don't control. So you like, wait, you're basically donating all the lands from one player to another. One person had 5 lands, now they have 0, and now another player has like 10 lands. Ultimate troll card in EDH. It unluck. That's when it targets you, you're gonna be unluck. You just got unlucked big time. Who chooses the lands? Target opponent gains control up to... I imagine you, the controller of the spell, are gonna choose the lands. I don't know what this choose up to one is. It looks like this in the beginning of design, this had more abilities. Someone went for lunch and never came back. Two-headed ogre. It's the ultimate. Yeah, it's the ultimate feels bad card. It's like, I'm gonna make one person very rich in mana, and then I'm gonna make the other person broke. Give the mana screwed player all the green player's forests. As soon as they cast their last card, the ability comes online. I guess so. Guess we're choosing 0. Doesn't target for some reason. Opponent gains control of up to 5 lands you don't control. Well, I mean, there are some cards like that, you know. Oh, look at this retrograde. Make someone else play this. But I don't know if you'd want to do that, because then they could target your land. They could make you lose all your lands and give it to another player. Shift all utility lands to a single player. Yeah, that's right. Get him out of here. I think this card's broken. I mean, it's like a card that you'd have for fun once, and then everyone's gonna, like, the person, whoever you stole the lands from, is gonna hate you. But then you have to be like, okay, I'm never gonna play the card again. Obviously, it's unplayable in a 2-player game. We can't finish this one. The card isn't even finished. That's true. Ship for EDH Salt. Alright. Hive mind it. Oh my god! Oh no! Hive mind? Were we all gonna get copies of the card? This could be crazy. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, each other player copies that spell. I guess the person who I have no idea how this would end up. People just rotating lands everywhere, here and there. Anyway. Okay, you know what we could do? We're getting rid of this thing. This is a pretty stupid card. It cannot exist. Burn it with fire. Alright, well that's it for Coffee and MTG today. I hope you enjoyed it just as much as I did. We do that, and you want to be part of the show, you gotta be here Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thank you so much for supporting with the Super Chats. Supports the channel, lets me know I gotta be here every morning and be here with all of you to be a great start to your day. It's gotta start the day right with Magic the Gathering. But thank you for being here, because without you guys, hey, I got no show. I got nothing. I'm a nobody without all of you guys. I'm the host, but you guys are the real show here. So as usual, keep brewing up those coffees, and we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.